Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. That's right, today we've traded in our four-wheel motorhome for a big cruise ship. That's right, man, we are on the Carnival Vista. So this isn't going to be an inclusive, we're not like a cruise channel. Well, we do travel, mostly with the motorhome, but today vacation calls on the high seas. So I'm not going to do like a whole big in-depth thing on the ship. We're going to share some of the fun that we're going to have on this vacation. So let's get into it and we'll go check out the ship.
Should I roll this into the other room? Yeah. Who requested this?
You're welcome, Dave.
You requested? Okay, thank you.
Why do we have a six-pack of soda? All right, everyone. Before we mess the room up, let's go check it out. So you got shampoo and soap, basic shower, toilet, and a sink. I mean, what do you want? It's a bathroom. So high step in. We have one closet. Oh golly. Second closet. And we got a third closet with the safe and some drawers. Let me see. And we got the little mini fridge that doesn't open that way. Opens this way. Is it cold? Yep. It's cold. And guys, we got the balcony. Oh. Got the couch. Got the bed. Got the wife. There's those old Disney. Oh, look, there's people on the slides. You hear them. Oh. Dude, this boat's freaking long. Check it out, the guy's burger. Gonna see if this is worth all the hype everybody promoted. I got the ringer, which has an onion ring, lettuce, tomato, onion, and some type of barbecue sauce. We'll see if this was worth them stripping away some of the free benefits we used to get, like free 24-hour room service and little Andy Candy's mints to pay Guy Ferrari there to have his burger instead of the regular old Lido burgers. Let's see if this was worth the hype. So Guy's burgers, not bad. The meat was actually really good. It was done medium well. They didn't ask you how you want to cook through it, done, but it was medium well. Pretty tasty. Very good. I still kind of like the old Lido burger, but I'm not going to complain about it. It was pretty good. Look at the view. Had to change seats. I went and got dessert, so took some shuffling around because not everything's open right now because everybody's out there at Celebration Key. Which I have a whole separate video on. I'm going to make that just its own kind of review. But, yeah, Guy's burger. It's pretty good. Hello everyone! So time to wrap up our experience on the cruise. Sorry, I wanted to bring the wife in here, but she's just been busy with work. And in fact, when we got off the ship, I started feeling something in my throat and I was sick for a week, and then it was her turn. So for almost 2 weeks, neither one of us was feeling really up to finishing the video, and now she's back to work and stuff like that. So it leaves it up to me. So I'll start off with the I think things could be better part of the cruise. Now, we left out of Port Canaveral in Orlando. It was in the 90s. It was like August when we left. Maybe beginning, yeah, August. Very, very hot. And I don't understand why. When we're standing in these lines outside of the area where we check in, there's no fans. You know, any place you go, especially in Florida, you go to Universal or Disney and stuff like that, there'd be fans up on the ceilings or somewhere to blow air and keep you cool. No, not Carnival, no. They were just out there cooking in the sun. Now, I can't speak for the other cruise lines. I haven't sailed with anybody else out of Port Canaveral, but I know Carnival, there were no fans there, and I think that would be great. Now, our experience with the parking garage was really nice, very empty, but my wife, who had sailed with a friend a couple months earlier, said the garage was super packed. I'm not sure what the algorithm was that we lucked out and had a mostly empty garage, what the difference was. Maybe because when she went, it was more spring break because it was in March, and more people drove there than maybe when we went. Maybe more people flew, that's why. So I don't know, it's kind of hard to say because she experienced the parking garage in two different things. The ship itself, I like the ship, really nice size. It's a bit on the larger side, but it worked very good. I do understand there's some type of algorithm thing with the elevators, which I found on this ship the elevators to be extremely slow. It's supposed to use something where it senses where people are and time the elevators. We just ended up using the stairs mostly because we'd hit it and there'd be nobody there, and it just took forever. So I'm not really a fan of the elevators. Now, on day one, whatever it was, for some reason, up on the Lido, they had the doors open from the Lido to the elevator area, and 3-4 decks down, you could just feel the heat pouring through the ship. And after like 2 days, I finally grabbed one of the white shirts, which is going to be one of the officers of the ship, and said, hey man, why are these doors open? You're funneling heat all the way down into the bottom of the ship. I said, please, go down there. And he's like, oh yeah, and he's like looking at something. And he said he got on the radio or whatever like that. Well, 30 minutes later, those doors were closed. So I'm glad they took care of the issue, but I just can't believe that nobody noticed that. But yeah, it did get very, very hot in the elevator corridor where the Lido was, because they're sailing the ship down there. The doors were open and it was pushing the air down the staircases. So hopefully that's not like a recurring issue. But if you ever encounter that, find one of the guys with the white shirts with the stripes and that. Say, hey buddy, we need to get this fixed. That's their job. They're the officers of the ship. Now here's going to be my biggest gripe, and this is, I filmed this video actually on the ship, but I was so upset and mad about stuff, I went way off course, so I've had some time to calm down. We paid for the premium internet plan, which very specifically says that you can monitor your home security cameras. I use Eufy, E-U-F-Y, Echo Uniform Foxtrot Yankee, for my home security. For 2 days, I was able to open up the app on our tablet and we could look at the house, make sure everything's safe, keep an eye on the dogs. Now don't worry, our daughter came every day, checked on everything, but while she was at work, we were able to watch and make sure everything was good. Well, after 2 days, the app stopped working. I go to customer service. Now, Hurricane, was it Irene, or I forget the name of it, Irene or whatever it was coming by. They blamed it on the weather. Well, okay, so the next day goes on. We're in port, nice and sunny. Hey, I still can't pull up the app. I said, having a background doing some IT stuff, I'm like, your firewall or something is blocking my access. No, we don't block websites. I said, sure you do. Because if you buy the cheap plan, I can't pull up YouTube and all that stuff, right? Oh, yeah. So obviously you do block websites. And I think maybe because the app is like a two-way thing, maybe they saw it as something that it's not, because we can pan and tilt the cameras, we can hear audio, we can speak. So maybe they thought it was something else, not a home security, and their firewall just cut us off. Complain. And even afterwards, I got home, I did an after-sale complaint to Carnival. I haven't heard a damn thing about it. And we paid a lot of money for the internet. And then what really pissed me off, they tried to blame my home internet. I'm like, no sir, I pulled it up. Here's my thermostat. Here's my refrigerator. Here's my dishwasher. The guy's like, what? Yeah. All that's on Wi-Fi. I told him, I said, look, here's my vacuum, my Roomba. I could start vacuuming the floor from right now. I said, all this stuff is online. So I did find a workaround. Eufy does have a website that you can go to. Now you can't hear your cameras, you can't talk to them, you can't pan and zoom, which really sucks because my outside cameras are designed that way so we can cover more stuff. Even the one inside, we have one in the inside that we can pan down because the dog bed's kind of under it, so we can pan down, see if the dog's in that bed. Couldn't do any of that, but that proved that my internet at home worked. I showed him, I was like, look, I can pull it up. Why is my app? And I wanted somebody from IT to come out and talk to me, look at the IP address, look at my MAC address, go into their server and figure out why these packets off of my IP are blocked. Nobody can do it. So be aware that if you have at least like a Eufy, maybe some other home security system, the internet might shut you off. Why? I don't know. I still, to this day, over a month later, could not get an answer from Carnival as to what happened. So that just really, that kind of really set a bad tone for the cruise. Other than that, I have not cruised Carnival since before the pandemic. I know some people are not fans of the app. They do have paper menus. I kind of like that. I like the app. I could look at the menu beforehand, stuff like that. We could check into our dining. I really liked it. I found it convenient. What I really like is that now they have like individual dining tables, so like just me and the wife at a table. Before, Carnival used to seat everybody at one big table. Now, the one nice thing was you always had the same waiter. You really got to know that person. And, you know, but I'm not there to make friends. I got my wife. We got our daughter. I have my friends. I have my other YouTube channel that I post content to. I don't really want to sit and talk to people I don't know and pretend that I'm interested. Sorry, but I really do like the way it's changed now that you can just sit at any table. I still think the food was good. Service was good. Definitely a lot better experience than what I had. Pre-pandemic, I could start seeing where they were cutting staff. Ships were dirty. People were tired. And I was about to give up on cruising. And, you know, my wife had been on something. We went Norwegian last year. Norwegian was fantastic. Norwegian had a really nice military pamphlet set up for me when I got there. Big packet, had a patch, a pin, all the stuff, and I didn't have to go anywhere. For Carnival, you have to go to a veteran ceremony to get this tiny little pin, and then you have to hear this 15-minute presentation, a little pat on her back to Duffy, who wants to say that she supports veterans. So this kind of irked me too. It was just a 15-minute Carnival promotion about how they help veterans. And it's cool. I'm glad they do something, but it didn't help me or anybody on the ship. So they donate some money, big tax write-off to some organization. And she says how she loves veterans, her family were veterans. Well, why don't you be more like Norwegian and offer all veterans a discount? Carnival only offers retirees a discount, and you have to send your DD-214 to them. I absolutely, positively refuse to send that sensitive document. For me, I know somebody's going to tell me, well, you can black stuff out. I don't want to black stuff out. I don't want to send that document. I'm not going to. So I will pay whatever price it is that's on the thing. I will forego my discount to stand my ground. Because to me, as a veteran, that's important to me. Is I'm making a statement. I'll stand my ground, and I will not take the discount because I refuse to send them that document. They should never ask for that. Norwegian has you sign up on like GovX or something, or one of the government ID sites. You sign up on that, boom, military discount. You don't have to be retired, just any veteran. They truly do appreciate veterans. And you, like I said, beautiful packet. So anybody for Norwegian or whatever happens to watch this, thank you. I love the packet. Really cool, very well done. Like a nice challenge coin and everything involved in that. Carnival, a little pin, and you had to go to their little ceremony and listen to Duffy go on about how. So I didn't like that at all. I really don't. Also, you know, Carnival just dismantled their rewards program. So I'm about to make the next level, but that's kind of a moot point now because they're just going to dismantle it. So I think We do have one more cruise booked on Carnival, and that was before they made this announcement. So I'm not going to forego and lose my deposit. So we'll have another cruise booked. One more on Carnival. I think anything after that, this could be with another cruise line. I don't have a problem doing it. I don't think cruising is like the best thing ever. Some people have in their mind that cruises are fantastic. They're the best things to do. I think it's an easy getaway. You don't really have to think about anything. You walk on the ship, your food's provided, your room's there, everything. They do the driving. There's no planes to catch, nothing like that. It's just an easy vacation, and I take it like that. I always get a balcony. I like to sit at the balcony and just relax, turn my brain off for a while if I can, and just enjoy it. I don't care where the ship docks. I don't care about the private islands. I don't care about where it goes. I'm just there to be on the ship. So don't watch TV. Don't go do the movies. And it's just really sad that I've seen the experience kind of go downhill. They used to leave little Andes candies, chocolate mints on the bed. Used to get free room service. But now we have Shack. We have Emerald Lagasse on the menu. You got Guy's Burger, which I could do without. I was happy with the regular old Lido burger. Give me back the experience that I used to have, that I felt like a rich, wealthy person because I was really well taken care of. But now we pay these superstars, and now they're spending all that money. They have to dismantle the rewards program. So they say they can't sustain it. What are you paying Shaq for? How much money are you? And you got to wonder, like, it's public information. Look up the CEO, the Beard, as John Hill calls him. His salary is like $1.4 million. And he got another $18 million in perks and bonuses. But you can't maintain the rewards program. Duffy owns not one, but 2 condos in Miami. They're side by side. I'm pretty sure they made it one big unit. One was, I believe, sold for $1.7 million. The other's like $1.3. So it's just a $3 million condo. But we can't be loyal to our guests that have spent money with us all that time. Now, I don't know what Duffy makes for salary. I'm pretty sure it's up there. Her last gig before she went with Carnival was just over $1 million a year. And I'm pretty sure she gets a lot of perks and bonuses as well as the other Beards and everybody else. And where do they get it from? They take it from us. So, sorry, that's my little rant. Other than that, big difference since after COVID. The crew seemed very friendly. There was more people. I felt like more tension on the ship. Ship was absolutely clean. I walked around at night. There's people all over this time, actually just cleaning, keeping things up. So that was really nice to see. I really liked the ship. It was very well set up. The only thing I don't like, this is like all cruise ships, is the way the doors slam. Going out to the balcony, I don't understand why they hit so hard. You could feel it in your bed. Why don't they just do like a slow close so it doesn't wake you up or be, some people, like, I'm usually pretty mindful to make sure I just push the door closed, but other people just let it rip. So if you're on a ship, please try to calm down the door, because you never know. Like, I'm a disabled vet. I have back issues. Sometimes I don't sleep well at all during the night. Toss and turn. I had to get up, walk around, trying to loosen my back up, maybe get some sleep. I might have to lay down at 2 in the afternoon because I'm just exhausted from not sleeping. And you're all coming in, boom, boom, bang. So, be mindful. You never know anybody else's situation. Like I said, just try. Food, plenty of food. The options up there. I had the blue iguana, whatever it was, the Mexican. They had the breakfast burritos, delicious. Enjoyed that. Of course, the soft serve ice cream, stuff like that. Kind of disappointed that they took away the 24-hour kind of thing. It used to be just about 24 hours. You could go up there, get a sandwich and pizza. They've dismantled that. It's only available, I think, up to about midnight or 1 a.m. Food was good. The staff was good. Our room service, our room attendant was good. The people in the formal dining room, excellent. I had no issues there. I mean, just everything, all that stuff was done really, really well. Like I said, my only issues was them leaving the Lido doors open, overheating the elevators, the slow elevators. The military ceremony really wasn't about celebrating vets. It was just more about Carnival. But I'm glad to see the ship looked really, really clean. It didn't look that way before the pandemic. I had issues with the cleanliness of stuff. It was unfortunate. We did get sick. Don't know how or why, whatever it was. But somehow we did manage to get sick before we went home. So good experience. To me, I enjoy cruising because, like I said, it's an easy vacation. You just book it. You just have to get yourself to the port. I do recommend getting a passport if you ever go on a cruise, because who knows, if you have a family emergency back home and you need to fly home from a foreign country, this is really going to make life easier on you. And come on, man, you should just have one. Trying to travel with a birth certificate and all that, because when we got off the ship, there's a separate line for people with birth certificates, and that was highly delayed. Those of us with passports breezed right through. Yeah, so like I said, just easy vacation, not much to think about. I don't care where the ship goes. I really don't care, because I don't get off. My wife loves to swim, so she likes the private islands. It's a chance for her to get off and just swim. Walk off the boat, it's right there. Typically, a lot of places where the ships come into port, if you want to swim, you're either going to have to walk a distance, get a cab, and then that can just be a hassle, because then you got the locals all bugging you to take a cab or sell you this, that, and the next thing. So the private islands are kind of nice in that respect, that you don't have to be bothered by all of that. If you like to swim, it's right there. So we had all in all, pretty good time. There are some things that could improve. Maybe they will. Like I said, some fans outside while we're waiting would be tremendous. And close the Lido doors. So yeah, pretty good time all in all. I finally did some shows. They were pretty well done. I've never been one to do that stuff, but the wife wanted to, so I had to do the husband thing and do it, and they were pretty entertaining. I give it that. So it was a good time. If you've never been on a cruise, like I said, some people are going to tell you it's the most fantastic thing. Oh, it's so great. I wouldn't say, ships are small. I mean, they're large in general, but hallways are small. Rooms are even smaller. Navigating around, trying to find seats, especially on embarkation day, trying to find a place to sit and eat can be very difficult. Even sometimes around the pool, it can get very crowded in spots of the pool. So I want to say it's the grade A, 100% best thing ever. Me and the wife, we have flown to other countries. Check out our travel playlist if you're interested in some of that stuff. But I like traveling, flying, and actually spending time in the country, not 6-8 hours, whatever it is. So, but I do enjoy a cruise because to me it's just easy. Everything's provided. Walk on the ship, they drive you around, bring you back, and then you get home. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll subscribe, follow us our journeys in this beautiful motorhome that I'm sitting in right now. We're going to travel all across the U.S. and have some good times with this thing as well. I do have one more cruise booked. Not 100% sure if I'm going to film any of it or not, because I'm not a cruise channel, but maybe we will. But anyhow, the support is appreciated. Please subscribe if you haven't. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let us know what you like, what you don't like about the videos, how we can tweak the content. I want to make this entertaining for everybody. All right, so thank you for watching. See you next.